Kavi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Muninam apiham Vyasa.
Muninam apiham Vyasa.
Kavinam Ushna Kavi.
Kavinam Ushna Kavi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Muninam apiham Vyasa. Kavinam Ushna Kavi.
Krishna Vasudevosmi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Muninam apiham Vyasa.
Muninam apiham Vyasa.
Kavinam Ushna Kavihi.
Kavinam Ushna Kavihi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Muninam apyaham Vyasah.
Muninam apiham Vyasa.
Kavinam Ushna Kavihi.
Kavinam Ushna Kavihi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Vishninam Vasudevosmi.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Muninam apyaham Vyasah.
Muninam apiham Vyasa.
Kavinam Ushna Kavihi.
Kavinam Ushna Kavihi.
Vrishninam,
Vrishninam,
of the descendants of Vrishni,
of the descendants of Vishnu,
Vasudeva,
Vasudeva,
Krishna in Dwarka,
Krishna in Dwarka,
Asmi,
Asmi,
I am,
I am,
Pandavanam,
Pandavanam,
of the Pandavas,
of the Pandavas,
Dhanam Jaya,
Dhananjaya,
Arjuna,
Arjuna,
Muninam,
Muninam,
of the sages,
of the sages,
Api,
Api,
also,
Aham,
I am,
I am,
Vyasa,
Vyasa,
Vyasa, the compiler of all Vedic literature,
the compiler of all Vedic literature,
Kavinam, of all great thinkers,
of all great thinkers,
Ushana,
Bhushana,
Kavi,
Kavi,
the thinker.
the thinker.
Translation. Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa, and among great thinkers, I am Bhushana. You can repeat. Of the descendants of Vrishni,
Of the descendants of Vishnu,
I am Vasudeva.
I am Vasudeva,
And of the Pandavas,
and of the Pandavas,
I am Arjuna.
I am Arjuna.
Of the sages,
Of the sages,
I am Vyasa.
I am Vyasa,
And among great thinkers,
and among great thinkers,
I am Bhushana.
I am Bhushana.
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Baladeva is Krishna's immediate expansion. Both Lord Krishna and Baladev appeared as sons of Vasudeva, so both of them may be called Vasudeva. From another point of view, because Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, all the forms of Krishna that appear elsewhere are his expansions. Vasudeva is Krishna's immediate expansion. So Vasudeva is not different from Krishna. It is to be understood that the Vasudeva referred to in this verse of Bhagavad Gita is Baladeva or Balarama, because He is the original source of all incarnations, and thus he is the sole source of Vasudeva. The immediate expansions of the Lord are called Swamsha, or personal expansions. And there are also expansions called Vibhinamsha, separated expansions. Among the sons of Pandu, Arjuna is famous as Dhananjaya. He is the best of men and therefore represents Krishna. Among the Munis, or learned men conversant in Vedic knowledge, Vyasa is the greatest because he explained Vedic knowledge in many different ways for the understanding of the common mass of people in this age of Kali. And Vyasa is also known as an incarnation of Krishna. Therefore, Vyasa also represents Krishna. Kavis are those who are capable of thinking thoroughly on any subject matter. Among the Kavis, Ushana Sukracharya was the spiritual master of the demons. He was an extremely intelligent and far-seeing politician. Thus, Sukracharya is another representative of the opulence of Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Dhananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kalamayam Dadari Swapadandipam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Radhagamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagaranatam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijansatam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagaranatam Shri Vishakamitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Takakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanusre Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalparubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vajrayani Sakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And so we're hearing Lord Krishna describe his different vibhutis or opulences to Arjuna, to make it easier for Arjuna and for all of us to remember Lord Krishna. That by seeing these different, by seeing different phenomena and hearing about these different personalities, we can understand more of the opulence of Lord Krishna. So here today we have Lord Krishna is described that of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva. And in the purport, we're given some different explanations about Vasudeva. Prabhupada says, first of all, that both Krishna and Baladev appeared as the sons of Vasudeva. So both of them are called Vasudeva, Krishna and Balaram. They're both born in the womb of Devaki, the wife of Vasudeva. Of course, Lord Balaram was transferred during I think it was the 5th or 6th month of pregnancy. During the pregnancy, anyway, Lord Balaram was transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. So, in this way, Lord Balaram became known as Rohini Nandan. But initially, he was conceived in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. So, Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna are both connected like that. They're brothers. Lord Balaram is the older brother. He comes first. In Rama Lila, he came as the younger brother, and he had a lot of difficulty trying to serve the older brother. So he said in future incarnations he would prefer to come as the older brother. So we see Lord Balaram coming first. And coming first into the womb of Devaki, he is able to make arrangements for Lord Krishna to come. So this is appropriate that Lord Balaram comes. Although he is equal to Lord Krishna, he comes in the mood of a servant. He wants to give service. And he comes into the womb of Devaki, he can make arrangements for Lord Krishna to appear there. So in this way, both Krishna and Balaram are the sons of Vasudeva. In the word meaning, Vasudeva was described as Lord Krishna in Dwarka. So sometimes we hear Lord Krishna is there's Shamsundar Krishna and Vasudeva Krishna. Shamsundar Krishna is known to give pleasure to his devotees, particularly the people of Vrindavan, headed by all the gopis. And when it comes to killing the demons, then that's the Vasudeva Krishna feature who does that work. And later on, of course, Lord Krishna leaves Vrindavan. So Prabhupada in the purport, he mentions actually Lord Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. He likes to stay in Vrindavan. So when Lord Krishna goes out of Vrindavan, this is the Vasudeva Krishna who is going out of Vrindavan. And he goes first to Mathura, and then later on he moves to Dwarka. So in this way, Lord Krishna is performing his different pastimes. It's all Krishna. Lord Balaram is also Krishna, but at the same time is different from Krishna. He's coming in the mood of servant. There's no difference between Krishna and Balaram, only difference is in their color. But all of the opulences of Lord Krishna are also there in Lord Balaram. So that's one name, and then we hear also that in this purport Prabhupada says, it is understood that the Vasudeva referred to in this verse of Bhagavad Gita is Baladeva or Balaram, because he is the original source of all incarnations, and thus he is the sole source of Vasudeva. So again, it's a different explanation of understanding Vasudeva, because there's among the Vrishnis, I am Vasudeva. So the Vrishnis, Lord Krishna, of course, he took his birth in the family of the Vrishni. So Lord Krishna appears there, and he comes as the son of Vasudeva. But Prabhupada is mentioning here how Lord Balaram is the original source of all incarnations. So Lord Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then his first expansion is as Lord Balaram. And then from Lord Balaram, then you have Sankarshan. And from Sankarshan, then you have different Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Aniruddha and Pradyumna. You see, and in this way, Lord Balaram is arranging for the different incarnations of the Lord to take place. Actually, Vasudeva is the super soul, the Paramatma, the Lord in the heart. So that personality is an expansion of Lord Balaram. That we get from the Chaturvyuha, you get the Purusha avatars coming. The three Purusha avatars. First of all, Mahavishnu, or Karanadakashaya Vishnu, and then Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, and then Shirodakashaya Vishnu. So Shirodakashaya Vishnu he is the origin of the different incarnations which appear in the world, the different avatars which all come. They come from the Purusha avatars. And sometimes people have difficulty understanding how Lord Krishna can be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They think the personality of Godhead is Vishnu. Indeed, for example, Sri Vaishnavas, they will present Vishnu as being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But we argue that, well, the Vishnu avatars, they are coming from the Chaturvyuha, and Chaturvyuha is coming from Lord Sankarshan, and then Lord Balaram, and Lord Balaram is the expansion from Lord Krishna. You see, we give a different interpretation. Well, some different opinions there between the different Vaishnava Sampradayas. But generally, although we have different opinions about who is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we all agree that there's one Supreme Lord and we are His servant. The Sri Vaishnavas, for example, they will say Vishnu is the Supreme. And we will say, well, above Vishnu there's Lord Krishna. That Lord Krishna is the Supreme. But in any case, we're always the servant. There's one Supreme Lord and we are all His servants. And we agree on that. So that's very nice. Different from the impersonalists. If you hear from the Mayavadis or the Jnanavadis, they will say ultimately everything is one and there's only the Brahman. And they will only speak in that way. So we're very glad to hear that the Vaishnava Sampradayas, they all agree that the Ekala Ishvara Krishna or Sampritya. One Supreme Lord and all others are His servants. So Lord Balarama, he is Adiguru. He's coming in the mood of servant. And he's coming and his service is to arrange for all of these different things. So the different incarnations of the Lord, they're coming from the Purusha avatars, and the Purusha avatars, they're coming from Lord Balaram. And this way Lord Balaram is described that he is the source of Vasudeva. That Vasudeva, the super soul, Paramatma. Right? Prabhupada mentions that there are different kinds of expansions. You have Swamsa and Vibin. We have Swamsa and Vibinamsha. So Swamsa meaning personal expansions of the Lord. Vishnu Tattva, just like this, just like the super soul in the heart of all living entities. He is a personal expansion of the Lord. He's not different from the Lord. He's appearing in that function as a super soul. And the living entities, we are separated expansions. We are vibinamshas. We are tiny parts of the Supreme Lord. We have the similar qualities, but not in the same quantity. So in this way, there's different expansions of the Lord. From Lord Krishna, and then Lord Sankarshan, and then from Sankarshan comes Vasudeva. In this way, personal expansions. The Paramatma is an expansion of the Lord. And the living entities, the jivas, we are called vibinamshas. We're very small, very tiny. So in this way we understand how Lord Krishna is describing himself that among the Vrishnis, he is Vasudeva. And then he says, of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Now, of course, we know the 5 Pandavas, and Arjuna, he's number 3, right? He's the 3rd son of Kunti. First she had Maharaj Yudhisthira, and then she had Bhima, and then Arjuna. And Nakula and Sahadev, they were the 2 sons of Madri. So they're all known as the Pandavas, but Arjuna is in prominence because he's very dear to Lord Krishna. When Lord Krishna would meet the Pandavas, he would offer his respects to Maharaj Yudhisthira and to Bhima, because they were both older and senior to him. But when he would meet with Arjuna, then Arjuna and Krishna, they would embrace each other, because they were equal. They're equal in age. In that respect, they had a very friendly relationship with each other. And we do see how in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describes why he selected Arjuna to speak the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Bhakto sime sakacheti rehasyam hihad uttama. Because you're my devotee as well as my friend. So Arjuna enjoyed that very nice relationship with Lord Krishna, that he had a friendly relationship with him. And together they would often discuss philosophy. Of course, we're given the Bhagavad Gita, and that particular conversation took place on the battlefield. It's very significant. But Arjuna and Krishna would regularly meet, and they would often discuss many different philosophies and teachings. That was their pastime together. So Arjuna is a very dear devotee of Lord Krishna, and he enjoys that friendly relationship with Lord Krishna. And of course it was Arjuna who went with Lord Krishna when they went to see Jarasandha. That Lord Krishna took Arjuna with him, along with Bhima. They went to see Jarasandha because they wanted to perform the Rajasuya Yagna. So Arjuna enjoys very intimate dealings with Lord Krishna. So intimate that Lord Krishna agreed to become the chariot driver for Arjuna. Lord Krishna, of course, did not want to take part in the battle of Kurukshetra, but he said, I can be the chariot driver for someone. I can drive your chariot, but I'm not going to take part in the battle. But somebody can have me as a chariot driver, and someone else can have my army. So of course, Duryodhana, he was happy. He wanted to get the army of Lord Krishna. He wanted the Krishna's army. He didn't care so much about having Krishna with him. But Arjuna, because he's a devotee, he wants Lord Krishna, and he's happy to have Krishna with him. Of course, Arjuna had the difficulty that Lord Krishna was driving the chariot for him. So on the battlefield, Lord Krishna was denied the opportunity of being able to see, or rather Arjuna was denied the opportunity of being able to see Lord Krishna's face, because Arjuna was standing behind Lord Krishna. Krishna's driving the chariot, so Arjuna could only see the back of Krishna. But Grandfather Bhishma, he's fighting Krishna, and he can see the features, he can see the Lord Krishna's face. He can enjoy the beauty, the transcendental form of Lord Krishna. So Arjuna was envious that Bhishma is so fortunate that he's able to see the face of Lord Krishna, although they're fighting against each other. And Arjuna could only see the back of Krishna. So Arjuna was blessed to have that nice relationship with Lord Krishna. And Arjuna is mentioned here. And then Lord Krishna says of the sages, I am Vyasa. So Vyasa, of course, is very, very important in our Krishna consciousness movement. We're very fortunate we make use of some of the literatures which were given to us by Srila Vyasadeva. Srila Vyasadeva wrote many, well, he did not actually write them himself, but he spoke, and he had Ganesh as his scribe. So as he spoke, Ganesh would write. And so Vyasadeva recorded, and he had all the different Vedic literatures recorded for us. And he wrote also the Mahabharata, and he wrote also the 18 Puranas, which are all very important for us. In the Kali Yuga, it said that the Puranas are more important than the Vedic literature. The Shruti is the Vedic literature, but to actually go understand the Shrutis and to get the message from the Shrutis is very difficult. But from the Puranic literature, it is very clear. So we are encouraged to give more importance to studying the Puranas than to studying the actual Vedas. Of course, Srila Prabhupada sometimes would quote the Vedas, because sometimes we have to preach to people who accept. They don't accept the Puranas, they don't accept Bhagavad Gita, because they're Jnanavadis. You know, there are some missions even here in Singapore. If you go to them and you present Bhagavad Gita, they say, no, we cannot accept Bhagavad Gita. They say Bhagavad Gita is written by some man. They don't say it's divine. The Vedas are divine, of course. Tenhe Brahma Adi Kavaye Muyanti Yat Suraya. The Vedic literature was imparted into the heart of Brahma from the Lord himself. So the Vedas are aparusha. They're not from any ordinary person. But Mahabharata, Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, they will say that these are just from a man. So they're not, you cannot rely on them as being perfect evidence. But we accept them. And it's pointed out that we should accept all the different Vedic opinions. It said, Shruti Smriti Puranati Pancharatriki Vidimpinam Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpatayaiva Kaupate. That if we perform devotional service which is not in accordance with the Shruti and the Smriti and the Puranas and the Pancharatriki, then it is simply a disturbance to society. And so certainly we do accept both the Shruti and the Smriti. And we give more importance to studying the Smriti, which means Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and these books which are given to us by Srila Vyasadeva. So Srila Vyasadeva, he was, of course, very prominent in Mahabharata. He wrote the Mahabharata, but he's also playing a major role there. He fathered different children, because Vyasadeva was the son of the great sage Parasara Muni, and the mother was a fisherman's daughter named Satyavati. So it happened that Parasara was attracted to Satyavati, and he arranged to give her the one child who would be a great sage, and that sage grew to be Srila Vyasadeva. So Srila Vyasadeva was born from the womb of Satyavati. Later on, that daughter, that girl Satyavati, became the wife of Maharaj Santanu. Is that right? Yes. Maharaj Santanu. And then they had the son Vichitravirya. So Vichitravirya was married. Anyway, it happened that his brother Bhishma arranged to bring some wife for his brother Vichitravirya. So Bhishma, grandfather Bhishma went and he brought these three girls actually, he brought three girls, and one of the girls protested that I'm already engaged to marry another man and I cannot accept your brother. So she was sent away, and the two girls who were left, they were married to Vichitravirya. But Vichitravirya died without producing any issue. So when Vichitravirya passed away, it was said that according to Vedas, the brother is allowed to beget a child in the womb of the brother's wife. So Bhishma was the brother, but Bhishma said, I cannot because I vowed to follow brahmachari life. And I promised my father Santan, I promised my mother's father that I would never marry and like that. So he had made the vow. So then Satyavati said, well, I had another child before my marriage, and that child was Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva was called, and Vyasadeva was requested to beget children in the womb of the wives of Vichitravirya. So first child was Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra, of course, is born blind. So they're not very satisfied that, you have to have we want a healthy child to be king. So next child was Pandu. And still they were not so much satisfied. You have to have another child, this child again, not very good. Neither of the two ladies wanted to have a child by Vyasadeva again. And they sent a maidservant to be with Vyasadeva, and the result was Vyasadeva conceived the saintly Vidura. And Vidura is also one of the sons of Vyasadeva. So like this you can see Vyasadeva fathered three children there. There was Vidura in the womb of the maidservant, and then there was Dhritarashtra and Pandu. And of course, this way you have the whole intrigue of Mahabharata, the battle between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. So Vyasadeva, he was playing like this kind of role. He had to do these kind of duties. Of course, he had another son. We know Sukadeva Goswami as the son of Vyasadeva. And Sukadeva Goswami as the son of Vyasadeva, he had heard Srimad Bhagavatam from his father, and he was able to speak Srimad Bhagavatam at the time of Maharaj Parikshit being cursed. So that was very nice that Sukadeva Goswami could come and speak Srimad Bhagavatam in the presence of Srila Vyasadeva himself, as well as Srila Vyasadeva's guru, Narada Muni, that they all came to hear Sukadeva Goswami speak. So this is the nature of spiritual discourse. We take pleasure in hearing different devotees speak. So Srila Vyasadeva sat and heard Sukadeva Goswami speaking Srimad Bhagavatam as Maharaj Parikshit prepared to depart from the world. So Srila Vyasadeva liked to hear, but he also spent a lot of time writing. And he wrote many books. We hear he wrote also Vedanta Sutra. So Vedanta Sutra is the essence of the Vedic knowledge. Vedanta Sutra is very popular. People always like this book. They like to study this book, Vedanta Sutra. Sometimes you go to the book fair, especially in Calcutta. You go to the book fair, so many people come, they want, do you have Vedanta Sutra? They're interested to read that. Because Sripad Shankaracharya had given a lot of prominence to the message of Vedanta Sutra. And it's a custom among the Mayavadi sannyasis that they will all study Vedanta Sutra. And indeed, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Benares, he was criticized by the Mayavadi sannyasis headed by Prakashananda Saraswati, that this Mahaprabhu, he's a sentimentalist. He's only singing and dancing, and he's not studying Vedanta Sutra. And he should be studying Vedanta Sutra with all of us. Of course, when they met together, then Lord Chaitanya revealed that actually he knew Vedanta Sutra, because Vedanta Krit Veda Vid Eva Chaham. Lord Krishna said, by all the Vedas I am to be known. Indeed, I am the author and I am the compiler of the Vedas. So Srila Vyasadeva himself, he has compiled this Vedanta Sutra, and certainly he knows the meaning behind Vedanta Sutra. And that is why we say, you want to understand Vedanta Sutra, you should read Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the authorized commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So, of course, the different acharyas, they've also written their own commentaries on Vedanta Sutra. And at one point there was a dispute that the Gaudiya Vaishnava line is not bona fide because there was no commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Anyway, it was arranged that Baladeva Vidyabhusan would go there and he would write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. And Srila Prabhupada very much appreciated that commentary. So Srila Vyasadeva, you can see he wrote the Vedanta Sutra, and then he wrote the commentary on Vedanta Sutra in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then Srimad Bhagavatam, we know how it's described in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, how Srila Vyasadeva had written so many books, and he was just feeling despondent. He wasn't feeling any real satisfaction from it. And then his guru, Sri Narada Muni, came to him and pointed out the problem is that because you have not properly glorified Lord Krishna and the process of devotional service. And therefore, Srila Vyasadeva, in his maturity, he then went about writing Srimad Bhagavatam. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, of course, he began Nigama Kalpataror Galitam, Srimad Bhagavatam, like that. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of all the Vedas. And this Srimad Bhagavatam is the mature offering of Srila Vyasadeva. The other Puranas are not as important. It is Srimad Bhagavatam which is the mature contribution of Srila Vyasadeva. And Lord Chaitanya therefore spent a lot of his time when he was residing, especially in Jagannath Puri. He would every day hear Srimad Bhagavatam. He would go to Gadadhar Pandit, and Gadadhar Pandit would recite Srimad Bhagavatam to him. And we know, of course, ourselves, how Srila Prabhupada, our own founder Acharya, how he dedicated himself to Srimad Bhagavatam and writing his purports on Srimad Bhagavatam for all of our benefit. So here it's mentioned, Lord Krishna said, of sages, I am Vyasadeva. The Srila Vyasadeva, he is literary incarnation of Lord Krishna. He is responsible for writing, for producing so many literatures for our benefit. So we are so much indebted to Srila Vyasadeva. And then the final personality mentioned here, Lord Krishna says, among thinkers, I am Ushana. Ushana being a name of Shukracharya. And Shukracharya is the guru of the demons. There's always conflict between the demons and the devotees. And usually when there's conflict, usually the demigods, the devotees will come out victorious. But sometimes, not every time, sometimes the demigods also lose their power. Just like in Srimad Bhagavatam it is described how on one occasion they had disrespected Brihaspati and they had lost their guru. So at that time the demons came and they conquered over the demigods and they took control of the heavenly planets. So Sukracharya, or Ushana, as he's described here, he was the guru of the demons. And he was very, very powerful. In fact, it is described there that on one occasion when the demigods were fighting the demons, Bali Maharaj was leading the demons and he was killed in the battle. But his guru, Shukracharya, was so powerful that he could bring him back to life. So you can just imagine how powerful he was, that he had that power. He could bring back to life someone even after they have been killed. So Shukracharya was the guru of the demons, and because of their guru's blessings, they were able to conquer over the demigods and take control of the heavenly planets. So in this way we can understand how powerful Shukracharya was. Of course, in the Srimad Bhagavatam we know that when Bali Maharaj appeared in the arena of sacrifice, Lord Vamanadev rather appeared in the arena of Bali Maharaj's sacrifice. Now, Shukracharya knew the benefit of giving charity to Brahmanas, and Shukracharya had told Bali Maharaj to be charitable, to give charity to the Brahmins. Just like Jarasandha. Jarasandha also had that. So demons, even though people are demons, they understand the value of giving something to the Brahmanas. It will be very beneficial to you. You know, you give something, will come back. You know, some people, they have that mood when you give charity, you know. How much will come back, right? We should get back more, a lot more than what we give. So people like that. So they often like to give charity to Brahmanas, and if the Brahmana is very powerful, then it will come back many times. So Shukracharya had instructed Bali Maharaj to give charity to Brahmanas. So Lord Vamanadev came, he took the form of the Brahmana boy, and he's come to beg charity from Bali Maharaj. But Shukracharya is very, very powerful, and he could understand this Brahmana boy, this is the Lord, he's the personality of Godhead, he's Bhagavan, and he's going to cheat you. Right? We were hearing, yes, in the last class, Lord Krishna, among gamblers and among chiefs, I have the gambler, something like that. So Lord Vamanadev comes and he's going to cheat Bali Maharaj, you see. Bali Maharaj is not so much against it, he doesn't mind, but he thinks, well, if he is the Lord, then it's to my benefit if I give him. And if I don't give him, he can take it anyway. So it's better to give than to have him take it. And so Bali was very intelligent. And if Shukracharya is a little worried, you know, he thinks, you know, if you give him charity, he'll take everything, you'll have nothing left. So Shukra, you know, he's a bit worried. If you lose everything, who will maintain me, you know? Nobody to look after me anymore, you know, if you lose everything. So I don't want you to give it everything, you'll lose everything, it's not good. So Shukracharya is worried about his own self. He doesn't want Bali Maharaj to give. Anyway, Bali Maharaj decides to give, and Shukracharya is not very happy with him. But anyway, it all happens. This is all the Leela of Lord Vamanadev, taking back the heavenly planets for the demigods. So Shukracharya, he has that power, he has that ability to lead the demons, to conquer demigods, and to take control of the heavenly planets. Just imagine how powerful he must be. So he's being glorified here. Prabhupada says he's a great thinker, right? Prabhupada says Shukracharya, he was extremely intelligent and far-seeing politician. So politician, well, we know about politicians, right? Prabhupada similarly spoke about Chanakya Pandit. The Chanakya Pandit, he was also a politician. That he was not so much devotee, but he was politician. And even Mahatma Gandhi, sometimes it was said about Mahatma Gandhi that among devotees, he was more a politician. Among politicians, he was a devotee. But, well, like that. So similarly here we have Sukracharya. He was far-seeing. So far-seeing politician. So he's described also as a representative of the opulence of Lord Krishna. Just try to imagine how wonderful the opulence of Lord Krishna is. Lord Krishna's opulence is being described for all of us. And of course, at the end of this chapter, Lord Krishna himself will say that what need is there, O Arjuna, for all of this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support the entire creation. So, Lord Krishna wants us to understand something, just to have some appreciation of the opulence which is there. And that is the representative of Lord Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. So that opulence which we see in the world, it is all Krishna's opulence. And one devotee was with Prabhupada one time on a morning walk, and he said to Prabhupada, he said, "Oh Prabhupada, look at the sunrise, isn't it beautiful?" And Prabhupada looked at him with a bit of disgust and said, "If you're still attracted to the material world, you'll have to take birth again." And so Prabhupada was training devotee, you want to see, you want to appreciate the sunrise in relation to Krishna. Don't just see it as being something, oh, very beautiful, oh, so nice, so opulent. But we have to understand how everything is actually in relation to Lord Krishna. So this is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna speaking these different examples here in this chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He wants us to understand everything in relation to his opulence. Lord Krishna, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all opulence is certainly his. Whatever we see, it's just a tiny spark of his splendor. We may think, oh, so much opulence. We think sometimes, some people think maybe Singapore is opulent. Some people go to Australia, they think, oh, Australia is opulent. We cannot imagine what the heavenly planets are like. Heavenly planets are so many thousands of times more opulent than here. And when you go beyond this place into the spiritual sky, then you can understand what is real opulence. Of course, the real opulence is in the relationship with Krishna and enjoying the loving exchanges with Krishna. So in the spiritual world, there is Vaikuntha, where there's simply the mood of Aishwarya, awe and reverence. But in Goloka, in the planet of Lord Krishna, there is Madhurya, there's real sweetness. And the devotees, they want to relish that sweetness in loving exchanges with Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna is coming, he's speaking the Bhagavad Gita. He wants to attract all of us to go back to him. Right? We've been here in this material world so long. We've wasted so many lifetimes away from him. It's time for us all to go back there to be with him. All right, so we're going to stop here now. If there's any questions. Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for this class. Just one small question regarding Ushma. So, if he is such a great thinker, so why are all of his students demons?
Well, like we said, he's a politician. He's not a devotee. You see, but great thinkers, they think how to enjoy, how to exploit, how to enjoy the material world, how to enjoy the resources. And certainly they could do that. They could conquer even the heavenly planets. They could take over from the demigods and control the heavenly kingdom. And so that's takes a lot of thinking to do that, not small endeavors. That they could move in, kick out the demigods and take over the heavenly planets. Very powerful. And so yeah, that's we have to appreciate that. You have to appreciate, just like the demons, like when Lord Ramachandra saw Lanka, or when Hanuman saw Lanka, they saw the opulence of Lanka. So much opulence, so much valuable treasures and gold and ornaments and so many weapons and everything. But no devotion, no feeling of love for the Supreme Lord. So they're intelligent in that sense that they can enjoy the material world. That is the misuse of their intelligence. And we often see that even today, it's there in the world. So many scientists and philosophers, today there's so many scientists, they're all working to make the world more comfortable. Nobody's thinking that, oh, we're all here, we're going to die one day, we're all on the death row, and very soon we have to leave the body. Nobody's thinking about the solution to birth and death. They're only thinking how to be happy and more comfortable here in the prison house of the material world. So they misuse their intelligence for that purpose. Right? They're intelligent, but it's misused. It's misused for temporary pleasures. So politicians also, they have that tendency generally, they're thinking more how to make ourselves more comfortable. They promise the voters, vote for me and I will make your life better. Nobody's saying, I will take you out of the world of birth and death and I'll free you from karma. No, they're promising temporary material benefits. Any other questions?
Krishna Maharaj, it is very educative and heart-throwing lecture. But I wanted to know that Maharaj Bali is from the demonic parampara, and he could understand, even he took Guru as Sukracharya, but he could understand that God, Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can take even if I don't. But Sukracharya cannot understand it. So even if you are born in a very low family or demonic family, you can be a great devotee like Boli Maharaj.
Yes, certainly. Although Bali Maharaj is born in the demons, he can be a great devotee. And we see also Bali, of course, he is the grandson of Prahlad. So Prahlad was a great devotee. So Bali is the grandson, he's also a devotee. At least he became devotee, though he was under the direction of Sukracharya, because Sukracharya was the guru of the demons, and Bali Maharaj was there, and he's in the demon line. So Sukracharya was their guru, so he was taking instructions from Sukracharya. But at the same time, Bali Maharaj could understand when to give up the guru. So when the question actually came, should he follow his guru or not, he rejected the advice of the guru because he saw some problem, he saw something wrong that Sukracharya had been telling him you should give charity. You should be charitable to the Brahmanas. So when the Lord comes as a Brahmana, he says, don't give him. So Bali Maharaj was thinking, why this contradiction? If he's the Lord, and if he's come as a Brahmana, yeah, I should give him. Why not? If he wants, he will take it all anyway. So better I should give. Then at least I get a reputation of giving. But if he takes it, I don't get any name, I don't get any reputation for that. So better I give. We should also think like that, you know, whatever wealth you have, you know, better to use it for the service of the Lord. Because if we don't use it for the service of the Lord, it will be taken. At the time of death, the family members will come and take it all. And doctors and lawyers, they'll also take it, what they can. Then always is there. Legal battles and different issues come. Medical health issues, you can spend a lot of money, but the doctors are not going to save you from old age and disease and death. So better we should use whatever opulence, whatever opportunity we have, use what we have for the service of the Lord, to serve the Lord and His devotees, to help them in distributing some real benefit to the world. So Bali Maharaj is from the demons and from the lower region of the universe, but he's Krishna conscious. And of course, when Lord Vamanadev came and took back the heavenly planets, he sent Bali Maharaj back to the lower region of the universe, which is where the demons usually reside. But Lord Vamanadev was so kind, he said, I'm also coming with you. And said, no one will disturb you, because I will come with you there. And the Lord is residing there with Bali Maharaj in the lower region of the universe. So that is the mercy of the Lord, that He appreciates so much that Bali Maharaj surrendered everything. Right? Bali Maharaj is the example of Atmani Vedanam, complete surrender. He gave up everything. You know, usually when people lose things, oh, it's so heartbreaking. There was one big man in Hong Kong, he was doing business with toys, and he had a big shipment of toys that all went to America, but when it got to the USA, the customs there said, oh, this is the paint used on these toys, it's got poison in it. All these toys have to be destroyed, they all have to be thrown away. So the whole shipment had to be thrown into the sea. So the man lost so much money, he could not bear to live, he committed suicide. So you get people like that, you know, when they lose all their money, they don't want to live anymore, they've lost everything. But here you see Bali Maharaj, he's given everything, and he's not just some tiny man. He's sitting on the throne as the king of heaven in the heavenly planets. But Lord Vamanadev has come and he's tied him up like a criminal, you know, and humiliating in front of Bali Maharaj's family members. He has to be tied up like a criminal. And the Lord is telling him, you've cheated me, you promised me 3 steps of land. Where am I supposed to take my 3rd step? And of course, Bali Maharaj then said, well, you can take it on my head. So the Lord put his foot on the head of Bali Maharaj and sent Bali Maharaj down to the lower region of the universe, to Patala Loka. But he said, I'm coming with you. Nobody will disturb you there. So that is the opulence of Bali Maharaj. And he's famous. We glorify him as the example of someone who surrendered everything. No, Ushana, he's the guru, he rejected him. But, you know, it's the way of the demons, you know, they're like that. You have to deal with people like that. What can we say? Ushana, the Sukracharya, that even his two sons are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sandana Marga, that they're teachers in the Gurukula and they're giving Prahlad a hard time. So, Sukracharya, intelligent, but misuse of intelligence. And we see a lot of that. Intelligent people, they don't use their intelligence for Krishna consciousness. They will waste it in so many mundane pursuits, pursuing material knowledge, endless material knowledge, and neglecting the real knowledge of spiritual life. So we don't want to be guilty of misusing our intelligence, right? Any other question? Okay, so then we have His Holiness, Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj here.
Thank you. Thank you, Singh Maharaj. His Holiness Singh Maharaj ki
Jai.
We'd like to invite His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj to please come forward. Maharaj is also joining us today at the program. All of us have had the good fortune of knowing and having Maharaj's association for so many years, and today he's coming through Singapore. Maharaj is a GBC, member of the GBC. He's been a sannyasi for so many years. He's been preaching the message of Krishna consciousness in so many parts of India. Maharaj started coming through Singapore many years ago. He preached and he inspired so many devotees to stay and continue and flourish in Krishna consciousness. And one thing that's been really important for all of us as a yatra is that Maharaj has introduced to us tribal preaching. And tribal preaching is an area of Krishna consciousness that has really grown under his guidance, under his inspiration, and under his leadership. And because of the inspiration Maharaj has provided, today somehow Maharaj has engaged so many devotees in Singapore, led by Sri Ram Prabhu, Vigraha Prabhu as a wonderful team, to actually somehow or another be able to contribute to this wonderful cause. So we'd like to invite Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj to please come forward and to speak to us about the importance of this tribal preaching, because this will be a very wonderful opportunity for us also to be inspired by this. Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminate Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pascharayata. So all of us are very, very fortunate to get association of Maharaj. Maharaj is the personification of good qualities, great qualities. I have compiled a small book collecting from Bhagavad Gita that Krishna has mentioned about the good qualities. The book name is Good Qualities of Ideal Person. I can see the good, I can write good quality of devotee. Devotee people can relate. But I have seen many qualities. First of the qualities Maharaj has manifested, because every year I come in contact with Maharaj, at least during Parikrama time. And he's like a moving great quality person with great qualities. I'm very, very fortunate for that. Yes, I will speak something about tribal care. So Maharaj gave a very nice lecture on this verse. One or two things I'll point out. Our Shukracharya, one Maharaj was telling that Shukracharya was guru of the demon. So because that demon just teaching them like that, but that doesn't mean he did not know Bhagavan. He knows Bhagavan. With that demon, so that he has to speak like that. That's when they say in Bhagavatam, Adyecha, Madhyacha, Antecha, Hari Sarvatra Giyate. At the beginning, Harir Namanukirtanam. At the end, there's a verse also speaks Harinam. At the middle, Maharaj is telling that when this yajna was taking place, the Brahmana them came and the whole thing happened, Bali was arrested, pushed in the middle of the yajna. Then all the Brahmanas they asked, so what will happen? We started the yajna, we have to end it. How to end it? And Shukracharya so told, just chant holy name, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So these great personalities think maybe according to time circumstances, his demons, you have to speak demoniac knowledge to them. Just give him. It's a nice verse, Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is saying, Brishme, I am Vasudev. But you are Vasudev, not in Brishne, I am Vasudev. So what is this Vasudev? Bhagavata says, Sattam Visuddham Vasudeva Saptam Jat Yate Tatra Puman Apavritaha. It's a very interesting word. Vasudeva. We know, if you ask, do you know Vasudeva? Yes, I know. Who is Vasudeva? The father of Krishna. That much we know. But why he is father of Lord Krishna? Why we are not father of Lord Krishna? So, the Vasudeva, Sattam, Visuddham, Vasudeva, Saptitam. We are all father of Lord Krishna. We can become father of Lord Krishna. What is father of Lord Krishna means? Where Krishna manifests from. He manifested where Vasudeva manifests, that is Vasudeva. And the Vasudeva is Suddha Sattva. Sattvam, Visuddham, Vasudeva, Saptitam. Jat yate tatra puman apavritaha. Puman, the supreme person of Godhead, who is avrita, who is covered. When somebody comes to the platform of Vasudeva, then Krishna will manifest. So Prabhupada saying, each of us we can become father of Krishna. If we come to that platform, he is there within our heart, so he will manifest. He will become Vasudeva. So Maharaj is telling about Vasudeva, Krishna and Balaram. They are the three aspects of the absolute truth, same personality, with the three different energies. Vasudeva, Krishna, and then, so battery finish. We know Vasudeva means Krishna, isn't it? Did you know Vasudeva means Balaram also? I was writing a book, Balaram book I wrote. I was writing Vasudeva, Balaram's 1000 name. Then I read Vasudeva, how can Balaram become Vasudeva? Krishna is Vasudeva. Then I realized, because it's not Vasudeva, he is also Vasudeva. Krishna is Vasudeva and Balaram also Vasudeva. Both can be called Vasudeva. And as Prabhupada has mentioned, because Deva is residing. Why is the name of Vasudeva? For Deva is residing, is Vasudeva. Vasa means residing. And mother's name is Deva. Deva. Father's name is Deva. Mother's name is Deva. Devaki, Vasudeva. Both are there. But this Vasudeva, the Krishna, is not son of Vasudeva. He is son of Nanda Maharaj. Vasudev's son Krishna is Vasudeva. Nanda Maharaj's son is Nanda Nandan Krishna. So this Nanda Nandan, there's something wrong with it. Can I change this? So this Krishna, Balaram, and Vasudeva, three aspects. So the Krishna, the Nandan Krishna, Vasudeva son Krishna, Vasudeva, Balaram, and also Vasudeva. Vasudeva has two sons, Vasudeva and Balaram. Nanda has one son, that is Krishna. What is their business? The Krishna, he has Ichha Shakti. Balaram, Kriya Shakti. And Vasudeva is Jnana Shakti. So through Jnana, everything understood. Through Balaram, everything accomplished, activities. But unless Krishna, Nandanandan Krishna desires, nothing will happen. Tumhe Sarveswareswara Brajendra Kumar, Tumar Ichhaye Vishwer Sijana Samhara. So that's why we have Ishwar. What is Ishwar means? Ishwar means? How many of you are Ishwar here? Prabhupada saying you are all Ishwarans. But there are many Ishwara. If you see controller, Indra, Varuna, Vayudevata, they are real Ishwara, right? Controlling. Then among all Ishwara controllers, there is one more controller who is controlling everybody. Who is that? Among all, above all Ishwara, who is there? Who is there? Parameshwar. But between Ishwara and Parameshwar, there is another Ishwara also. That is? So how many Ishwar? One mini Ishwar, one Ishwar, one Maheshwar, and another is Parameshwar. So who is that Parameshwar? Who is that Parameshwar? Ishwar, Parama, Krishna, that all of us know. But is that the only his designation? If you say Krishna Parameshwar, Rama is Parameshwar or not? Narayana, Parameshwar, Narasingha. So then what is Krishna's unique position? He is Paratpara Parameshwar. In Madhurya Kadvan, Vishwanath was describing the unique position of Krishna is Paratpara Parameshwar. And all are Bhagavan. Rama Bhagavan, Narayan Bhagavan, Narasimha Bhagavan, but Krishna, what is his position? Ekachansa Kala, Purusha Krishnastu. Then what is Krishna's designation? Bhagavan. If you think Krishna is Bhagavan, that is wrong. He is Swayam Bhagavan. He is Aditya. Ekameva Adityam. Veda says Ekameva Adityam. Whom that swaying, that who is that personality? Is Ekachansa Kala Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. The Bhagavan's many forms. The Swayam Bhagavan is one. And Paratpara Parameshwar is one. That personality, everything runs by his desires. Tumi Sarveswareswara Brajendra Kumar, Tumar Ichhaye Vishwer Srijan Singha. In Chaitanya Charitamrita very nicely describes how Krishna Balaram appears in Dwaraka as Vasudeva, Sankarsan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Nicely described. So anyway, tomorrow morning we will have Bhagavatam class. What time? 7:30. So we can discuss some jnana. Now we'll have some Vijnana. Maharaj gave some jnana, so I will give you some Vijnana. So Vijnana is, Devakinandan Prabhu said, we are doing successful tribal preaching, but we don't call it tribal preaching. We call it tribal care. We don't preach them. We don't preach them because you cannot preach them because they have nothing in their head. Whom you have to preach? Somebody understands, some ask the question, sometimes argue you. Then preaching is interesting, enjoyable. But to these people, whatever you say, they'll do that. And that is how the Christians community, they have taken advantage of these people. And we find that the most qualified personalities on the earthly planet to receive the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the tribals. Why you know? What is the qualification to get mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You have to become very fallen, and they are regarded as fallen. And what good quality you have to have? Humble and simple. We are struggling so much to become humble, right? As we are hearing, you have to become humble, you have to become simple. It's so difficult to become humble and simple. I may give a good lecture on that, but to become humble and simple is a big struggle. But these people organically, they're simple and humble. So they are most qualified to receive the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which are neglected, Now by Prabhupada's mercy, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message, reaching to them, many, many wonderful things. We find how Nityananda Prabhu also, he preached to tribals. One Hajung community, that person went to Puri and took initiation from Nityananda Prabhu, and he came back. When we were doing tribal activities, one village we went, every house has Panchayat and Gaur Nitai. I was surprised how the tribal people got this. Then they told the whole story. How 500 years ago, Nityananda Prabhu initiated one tribal person. He had Pathar Hajung, and initiated name as Jagannath Das. So that means Nityananda Prabhu has put the foundation of enter into tribal area also. So that is now manifesting just like Nityananda Prabhu established Namahatta. Right? After 500 years, Namahatta again is booming like anything. Same way, tribal care will be booming very much by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So I will make my speech very briefly. I came just to give you what is happening in tribal area. Because devotees in different parts of the world, they are supporting this tribal care initiative. But among all the yatras in Middle East, in America, UK, or Singapore yatra is the best yatra supporting tribal care. Best yatra. The way that I was telling Prabhu, when I give presentation, I have nice video clippings, this, that, and they see devotees, they say, oh Maharaj, very good, very good. But that's it, very good, very good. Then they go to their house. And one step more, they say, oh Maharaj, very good, take $100 donation. Okay, then they give $1, then they go back. Then better than them, very good, take someone donation, then tell me what more I can do. How I participate. That kind of people very rare we find, very rare, which need very much to participate. But we have to be by the side of these tribal people. Otherwise, where the Sanatana Dharma originated, Bharatavarsa, is going to be taken over by other community where 3 states, 90% are converted now. Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya gone. Andhra Pradesh, many Andhra people are here. Tamil Nadu, very rapid conversion is going on there. And if we are not careful now, if we don't wake up now, they will come, we'll be surrounded by all these people. So that's very, very important for us to reach to these people, be by their side. And very simple to make them devotees. Very simple. Now hundreds of tribals, they are taking initiation, following for regulative principles. They are buying Bhagavatam, giving class in their language on Srimad Bhagavatam. Terrorists from the forest tribals, they are becoming devotees. When this kind of people become devotee, then they realize this cannot be by our endeavor, this can happen. People are kidnappers. There's one Halam community person. He used to kidnap people. No? Then he became devotee. His wife became devotee. Then he met the police officer who wanted to catch him. He made him devotee also. Very interesting story. And the wife is better devotee than him, and their doctor is more better devotee. And this wife became police. They are both kidnappers. So government then surrendered. Government gave them job in police station. They become police, and what is their job? In police station, they have some Thakur, no? Some Kali, Shiv, Durga. They become pujari there. This lady, she used to get 6,000 rupees monthly salary. Now we are giving Bhagavatam set to everybody. At that time, she is so determined. I have to know what is this Bhagavatam. I have to preach. She spent whole month's salary to buy one set Bhagavatam. And she is reading and spreading this knowledge among all these tribal people. Very interesting. I was telling there is a new horizon for us that will explore. And this mines, gold mines, hundreds of thousands of youths just roaming, aimlessly roaming. You will be surprised, our Gurukul boys, those tribal children, Christian tribal children are there. They have memorized up to 16 chapters Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Samhita, Radhikastaka, Damodarastaka, Sikhastaka, Guruvastaka. I have not memorized. And I am sure none of your children have memorized that. But point is, the amount of money we are spending for our children, 1%, maybe 0.01% we spend for these children. See what will happen to Sanatana Dharma. How much will it flourish? Little bit. Now demographic changing in India, everybody very worried, political people are worried, getting converted, and what is happening? Because all Hindus will get together 1%, 0.01% energy, we divert for tribal care. Conversion will stop. My experience, wherever our presence is there, no question anybody will convert. There is no question any other community people will come and dare to speak to these people. That's all. But unfortunately, none of the religious societies in India, all big religious societies, they all stay in a very affluent area, in cities, big people, all things. No? Nobody entering. Nobody wants to leave their comfortable zone. But Christians, they did. The determination, the conviction, the sacrifice. Three things made them successful. That is what my observation is. They're fully convinced Jesus is the Savior. We are not that much convinced that a lot of Gauranga is Savior that much. If we would be that much convinced, then our determination would be like that. They're fully determined. The sacrifice, really remarkable. What they have sacrificed. Coming from Europe, America, going to jungle like this, living with the tribals. No. There's no road, no food, nothing. See their sacrifice. So why the gospel of Jesus will not spread? If followers are like that, three things we have to remember. Determination, conviction. That is what I have observed among these people. Prabhupada is successful because of these three principles, isn't it? We're fully convinced. The Holy Name will say, not it. See his sacrifice. What he did, he left Vrindavan and went to America. See his determination. How he has thrown out of his house, determination. I will not go back to India. The three things we have to imbibe. We have to imbibe. Prabhupada said, one Indian could do this much. Each Indians will follow my footsteps. And what will happen to the world? And what has happened to the world? 2000 years past, Christianity has spread all over the world. But no rules, no regulations, no philosophy, just change the name, no changing of life. But how many years Sanatana Dharma preaching has started? That one day whole world was Sanatana Dharma. Recent history, Sanatan Dharma started only 50 years before, or 60 years before. Prabhupada started. And with 60 years, with so much rules, regulations, what has happened whole world? And another 2000 years, what will happen? And it spread so much, in spite of so much rules, regulations, restrictions, to strong and deep philosophy, that will happen. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you, those who are supporting, and I'll give a little brief report on that to all of you, that your hard-earning money, you're sacrificing what is happening in the jungle area, very remote area. I'll show that to you, briefly 10 minutes, then we'll close the chapter. So, I can't see it, so I'll speak. You have, okay. I can't see anything. I'll sit there, stand there, I can sit there. No, I said don't put chair, you can sit. No, I can sit on ground. You sit on chair, you're chairman. You sit on Jamin, you're Zamindar. Zamindar upstairs. You can see behind me. So, there is page before this? No, this has been. Okay. The tribal characters together for a bright future. Charity event in support of two projects. Our Singapore congregation supporting. One is the Nilachal project, another is Krishna Smaran project in two places, one in Assam, one in Tripura. Next. The Singapore congregation is one of the oldest NRI congregations which came in support of tribal communities through India Tribal Care Trust. So like this in different parts of the world, America, UK, Middle East, different congregation groups and other NGOs, they are also supporting Tribal Care Trust. But Singapore congregation is the most active one, participating, have been actively supporting development works for the welfare of tribals for the last 8 years. Next. And these are different things happening with the contribution are being supporting Pathshala in Chota Jamera, construction of prayer hall, construction maintenance of school, Gurukul, renovation of Pathshala, midday meals going on, hostels, supporting construction new classrooms in Purapada, free education. There is one place in Tripura, 10,000 tribal community people were kicked out of Mizoram. They were roaming in the forest. So now government gave them shelter, land, but no education. So all these places, settlement camps, we are going and we are opening school. Whether if we don't go now there, all those people will be converted. So we are the only hope. So we can save them from the conversion. So now in 3 different settlements we have opened school. Dhruvapada was the first one. Then we are doing tailoring training also for women in Andhra Pradesh. Next. So here many devotees supporting under the leadership of Archa Vigraha Prabhu and Sri Ram Gopal Das. You know who is Ram Gopal? Sri Ram Prabhu has become Ram Gopal. Okay. And that is happening by the inspiration and guidance of able inspiration and guidance is Devakinandan Das Prabhu, President of Singapore, and also he is one of the biggest supporter, inspiration in every respect. I am very, very indebted to Devakinandan Prabhu, especially because when I go to other jatra, the devotees they will help, but presidents are very reluctant. Oh, Maharaj has come now. This is only jatra. President feels very enlightened when we come for promoting tribal care and encourage his congregation. Thank you so much. Next one. These are all other different supporters. Throughout the year, they're saving money. All these projects and developments going on by the support of Singapore congregation. Next. what is happening? We are in 2 schools, 3-year donations. 325 students are there, 1 hostel with 35 children staying, 2 Pathshala, where 52 students are studying there. Next. This is Nilachal project in Chota Jamara. To reach this place, you have to go, you have to drive, then you have to go by river 2 hours by boat, country boat. Then we reach middle of jungle, and there we have temple, we have Gosala, we have guest house, we have Pathshala, Gurukul, a school. 40 houses out of 40 families, 12 families that initiated. It's a unique temple, has no temple president, no manager, no temple commander, no bank account. It's 12 family, each family one day they take care. The husband wife they come, they bring all the ingredients, they cook, they do Mangalarti, they do Guru Puja, they do Sandhyarati. Another family another day. It's very nice systems they are following, and they are running the temple. We don't help for temple running. Temple, I told that you have to put your money, otherwise how will you get Bhakti? I give all money. For school, medical, I help them. Okay, next. This Nilachal project in Katlichara, we acquired a very good piece of land close to the city, small city, because interior forest area, no good people want to go there for giving education teachers. So we built this hostel. The whole money was donated by Singapore congregation, and now we have a hostel there where children are staying, going to school, and they're maintaining a spiritual life. And at present, we got some donation from UK. We are building a school for them also. Next. These are Dhuapada, the Krishna Smaran project in Tripura. I told those young community that kicked out of Mizoram, and we have about more than 300 students, and they're getting education there. And they have also government school, but nobody goes to government school. They're free. In fact, government has built a 3-story big building. To inaugurate that school, Amit Shah came, but they have no students. So they took our students to show Amit Shah. This is not going on in India. So, Dhurapura, Tripura, next. At present, we are having this year at least more than a half dozen construction going on. A school, hostel, girls hostels, Gurukul ashrams. Within 6 months, we have 6 buildings to accommodate all these children there. Next. And also our activities been recognized by India government, by other NGOs, and the political leaders also. Gopal Krishna Maharaj went to meet Narendra Modi. Wherever he goes, he take one tribal souvenir with him, Saha, anybody. So he was talking, he has taken one tribal care souvenir. He was discussing with Modi, Narendra Modi ji. Then he saw this tribal care magazine. Then he stopped discussing, picked up that magazine. Then he discussed what ISKCON is doing for tribals. Whereas ISKCON people mainly go to the high class people. And outside too, they criticize us. What ISKCON is doing, only going to rich people. ISKCON people, they chant, they eat paneer sabji and do haribal. Nothing big for society. Now they can't criticize ISKCON anymore. Now ISKCON going to the place, but no other religious institution, they are going there. ISKCON is going there. So now here, our reach out in rural villages and welfare work for the tribal communities for a decade has helped us to back the NGO Sustainability Campaign Award from Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They gave special awards to India tribal communities. So in this way, this tribal, 5 minutes I'll cover few more pictures. We like this. The light, can you put off this light? Anyway, it's okay. I'll just go very quickly. a school room, classroom like this. And this the 90 village in this tribal area in Bengal. And there is no school building like us, and there is no English medium school also. There's only one school in 90 village, they get education like this. Next. And these are the students in Tripura. We started like 7-8 years ago, now they're all grown-up students. Next. Next. These are the children for annual functions, they have dressed up. Next. They're watching the programs. And these are the students, next, no, the other one. And this is another school in Tripura, Jagabandhupada. They are getting education. We have 2 hostels there. Next, this boys hostel, and we have girls hostel, 2 different separate hostels there. Next. This is school, Chota Jamara, we have a school. And if they want to go to school, they have to go 6-7 kilometers, then they'll find a school there. Now they have a school at their doorstep. Next. This is the school in Ajodhya Hill, and this we have a lot of children who are expanding the school building. Next one, school building. Next one, 3-story building there. Next, school classrooms. And we give free midday meal also to all these children. And this is a new school in Langting in Assam. By singer activities, one person become very happy. He is going to donate a 2-3 acre land to ISKCON to develop big university, kind of college university. We are starting the small school over there. And these are hostel children in Bengal, Jhargram. Hostel children, they are in the school dress. Next, they are in devotional dress, children. There are many hostels now because we can keep them with us and they get outside education, the spiritual atmosphere. This is another hostel also in Jhargram, Sebayatan. This hostel is in Katlichara. We have now numbers increased to 30 students we have now there. And this is construction going on for boys hostel in Tripura. Next, this is school building construction going on in Katlichara. Same building. And we are building a nice guest room, the other one. When you go to that Katlichara, accommodation not good facilities. We are building 3 attached bathrooms for you. Anytime you go, you can stay there very peacefully and enjoy. This is another school building, previous one. One devotee from UK donated 30 lakhs rupees, previous one. This new construction is going on there. Next one. We are expanding our school building. This is prayer hall we are building. Next. This is in Jharkhand. We got big piece of land, boundary wall we put. Jharkhand. Next. Government also helping, giving electricity, road, building road. This is girls hostel in Langting in Assam, construction going on. And by seeing our activities, doctors and other people also coming and helping us in our activities. Some outsiders coming, helping, they're serving prasadam. And this is also one hostel we have, a very poor area, the poorest area, and that is in all. It is difficult to get these children to our hostel also. We have to preach their parents, and we have special Sisupat books. They have, they learn their A, B, C, D in Vedic way. This is how they are learning. Their Pathshalas. Our Pathshala standard is so high, better than the school standards. Our coaching centers. Next. This is how we gather children, and every day 2-3 hours they study. They sit together. We have more than 150 Pathshalas. We are trying to increase more Pathshalas. This is our girls' hostel in Anandabazar, Tripura. Next, the new places we are getting, we are cutting a hill, making a ground there to build a hostel or school there. Next. This is a hostel. By seeing our activities, an NGO from Gujarat gave 1 crore rupees. They are building a boys' hostel there. And 200 boys can be accommodated. Now we are building prayer halls also. This is one of the prayer hall we are building there. So at the end, last one is white one. What about that white one? So finally, we all go back to Brahmajyoti. Thank you so much. So finally, I will appeal to all of you. Those you are already supporting, I give big thanks to all of you. And those you have not started supporting, I hope you feel encouraged to see this presentation. So little bit, whatever you can contribute, a small donation. You see, can you imagine, for educating one boy, only education 7,000 rupees per year, with accommodation 20,000 rupees. Whole year, fooding, lodging, education, 20,000 rupees. How much are you spending for your children's education? Sending America, Germany, this, that. And 20,000 rupees, nothing. And we are acquiring big land in every state so that we can build college also to take care of. And one interesting information to you, by seeing our activities, Assam government becomes so happy. At one place they have given us 20 bigha and 7-acre lands. Another place 3-acre land with 30 crore rupees sanction for building a community there. 30 crore rupees. You have college, you have hospital, vocational training centers, and all these things will happen. Also, this is the government project. So I humbly request all of you, please communicate with Sri Ram Prabhu and Arshad Giro Prabhu, Ram Gopal, what is his name? Sri Ram Prabhu? Sri Ram Gopal. Sri Ram Gopal Prabhu. And let us come together and help. And another appeal to you, please come once and visit these places. If you don't want to donate anything, and be stand by their side, that itself gives a lot of hope for them. Oh, they have come to us. That much they are not getting. All they get from us, we hate them. We look them down. That is what they get from Hindus. For Christians, they extend the love and care. Just try to understand. Let us become a human being at least. Let us become like Christian in this respect, caring. Our philosophy, what is Mahaprabhu's philosophy? Love and care. But our love and care is limited to Vyasasana only. In Vyasasana, we give good speech and love and care. We come out, where is our love and care? So you have to show real love and care. You prove it. So I hope each of you attending today's presentation will contribute something, whatever it is, even $5 in a whole year. Be connected. Be connected. We want thousands of people to be connected. In the whole year, $5 you can give, I think. If you feel like that. I don't think that's so poor. So we want lots of people to be connected to this initiative. So that will be great achievement. Thank you so much.
Jai His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj ki. I think Maharaj was glorifying the congregation, but we would not have been engaged if not for Maharaj's mercy. So can we have loud Haribol for Maharaj? Haribol! 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 We will now have, okay, Maharaj, one more information.
How many of you read Bhagavad Gita? Raise your hands. All of you, very good. How many of you hear Bhagavad Gita? How many of you speak Bhagavad Gita? How many of you write Bhagavad Gita? One or two started. We don't write? Okay. When you're reading Bhagavad Gita, when you're hearing Bhagavad Gita, how many of you sometimes feel sleepy also? Fall sleepy sometimes? Fall sleepy, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes. But we write Gita, only fall sleepy. That's why we are introducing this Gita Lekhana Mahajagya. We want 1 crore people on this planet to write Bhagavad Gita. 2 slokas per day only. You will have one Gita with verse, only verse. You see and write, one notebook is there. So all you have to do, give your name and phone number, we will register and do yajna. And after finishing, you keep this Gita. Informers will give a certificate that you have completed writing. And Harinam will take it. Whole book, one line Harinam, and we keep in TOVP area, and your name will be there also. It's a very nice initiative. So this is also available. So I myself am doing, I'm enjoying it very much. I tell everybody you write 2 shlokas, but I enjoy so much, I write 2 pages every day, very much. But one thing, you may take it, but if you are not steady, determined, you will not do it. Very simple things, you will not do it, I am sure. But you have to have some determination. If you are interested, this is also available there. And some books are there, Narasingha book, Balaram book, and Radharani book. Narasingha Chaturdashi coming very soon. So you will be blessed to read Narasingha book and the Sri Jagannath book, whatever books are available there. Thank you so much.
We will now have His Grace Ramnipati Prabhu, senior disciple of Chipatanga Swami Maharaj, to say a few words.
Can I speak the
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I'm very, very thankful to be here in the presence of all the exalted Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis this evening. I would like to personally thank all the devotees of Singapore Yatra for sponsoring 2 projects of Bhaktivedanta Swami Charity Trust, started by Srila Prabhupada in 1977. Few days before his departure, he formed this trust with the prime objective of identifying all the pastime places of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates within Gaur Mandal Bhumi and repairing and renovating all these pastime places so that these pastime places are available for future generations of devotees. So 1.5 years before I came here to make a presentation, the Singapore devotees sponsored Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj Janmastan as well as Saranga Murari Thakur Shripad in Sar village in Bardhaman district. Both these projects are fully completed. I have a complete presentation and video. Because of the paucity of time, I'm not able to make a presentation here, but I've already shared with the group of devotees who have shared various contributions about the completion of these projects. And this year, we have almost 17 such Sripads up for development. But the most fortunate thing is almost 10 of them has been already taken away by devotees from different parts of the world for development. Balance 7 is available. His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj is one of the senior trustees in this Bhaktivedanta Swami Charity Trust, and His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Guru Maharaj is a lifetime chairman of this trust. So this trust has been doing a lot of development activities over the last few years. And we request the support of Singapore devotees. As Maharaj was telling previously about the tribal care, I would like to repeat the same thing. There was great enthusiasm that was shown by His Grace Devakinandan Prabhu in terms of inspiring us to participate, inspiring the Singapore devotees to participate in this Shripad development activities. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for inspiring us to carry out those services back there in Navadvip Dham in Gaur Mandal Bhumi. I hope the devotees will continue to participate in these initiatives. I'm in touch with His Grace Rangamaya Ramakrishna Prabhu. Can you please stand up, Prabhu? So Rangamaya Ramakrishna Prabhu is coordinating on this whole initiative here, and I request him to circulate these presentations to all of you so that you can go through that and pick up 1 or 2 Sripads for development in the upcoming year also. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaj, would you like to say a few words?
Prabhupada created this BSCT, Bhaktivedanta Swami